Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Rakshear, a MOC I built probably a year ago now. He's over 200 pieces and took me a long time to build. As you can see, he's a little bit lamer, I guess you'd say, than some of my newer MOCs because he is pretty old. Like, I like the Phantom Knight a lot better. And even still, the Phantom Knight is a little outclassed by my modern day building style. But Rakshear was the first really cool guy that I ever built. And so I've kept him up all of this time just because I really liked him, because I'm kind of nostalgic for him since he is one of my first actually cool builds. I really like his overall design and his color scheme, but he does use a lot of weird techniques that I wouldn't use these days. Like, one of those techniques is how I connected the legs. I wanted to make sure his legs were sturdy and that he would stand well because he's kind of heavy. So I connected them here and here by just some CCBS joints. And it works out fine. It's actually pretty secure and stable. But it just doesn't look the best because these kind of just pop out on the sides. When it's just all sloping down, then it just comes out like that. It doesn't look very good. And it works, it just doesn't look very good. And also, I wish I would have connected this somehow there because it's not completely stable. Like, he will start falling backwards sometimes because this part isn't very stable. All I used to stabilize it was just one of those friction adding pieces, which over time those wear down, and so it's not the most stable these days. I like the legs, but they're still kind of just a little bit off in my opinion. I'm not going to go back and change them because actually I'm probably going to break this guy after the video. So, honestly, there's no point to upgrade this guy because I'm probably never going to use him in another stop motion. And right now, all I see is pieces that I could use to a better effect on a different guy. Now, his arms are actually pretty interesting. I don't hate their design. I actually kind of like them. I really like how I use this jet piece as like a bicep. It looks pretty cool, but it's very flat. Also, I just use this armor piece back here to just cover some of those techniques up. And it looks okay, I guess. It's kind of a weird mutated tricep. But it looks kind of weird on this guy because he's more technological and it just looks like a rock face. So it's kind of weird. And I really like his forearm. It's built pretty interestingly, and it's kind of cool. It's very simple, but it took me a while to come up with it at the time. Forearms and biceps take me the longest to build, because I usually get the legs done pretty early on. My build process usually goes head, body, legs, and then arms. I don't know exactly why, but that's the way it usually goes. I do like his hands. They're pretty cool. They're very oversized, and he only has 3 fingers, which that's kind of a drawback. But they're not like the typical hands that you see most MOC builders build. But they're not probably as cool as that typical hand. I don't know why, I just don't love them. And the other arm is exactly the same. They're completely symmetrical. There's no differences that I put in intentionally. Moving on to the stomach, you'll see that it's actually pretty simple. It took me probably about 15 minutes to get the overall shape, but I don't know how long it took me to add all the armor on and get the majority of the bulk added onto it. I really like the feet that I used, or the foot I used here to make that mount for the chest plate. It looks pretty good. I like that shoe piece. I only have a few of them, unfortunately. And this is General Grievous's chest plate. It looks pretty good on him. I don't know why I chose this color scheme, but I think it wound up looking pretty good. I don't know if I'll actually be able to put this chest piece back on. There we go. And he doesn't really have anything much on the back. It looks pretty good, but still, when you turn him around back, the immediate thing that you see is just these little attachers right here. I hate these so much. That'll be the first thing that I take off when I break this guy. I really don't have much else to say. He's pretty simple and straightforward. Here's just a look from the top. It's kind of just a jumble of stuff. It's not really very interesting up there. So, basically, this is a test guy that I built a long time ago, just to see if I was actually any good at building big guys. And I semi-succeeded with this guy, and so that drove me to just build more and more MOCs until I actually got decently good. I will always remember this guy, and I'll always like him just because he actually got me into MOC building, but I will definitely feel no remorse breaking him. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out some of my other videos, and please like and subscribe.